Sup traders, it's Trades here. Let's do a pre-market analysis for the week ahead, starting 28th of October. We have news coming out essentially every single day this week, but the highlight of the week is obviously NFP on Friday, which comes out at 12:30 UK time, which is normally it's at 1:30, but because we've gone back an hour in the UK and I'm guessing most of Europe, it is at 12:30. So that's something to note as well for the week. It's also end of the month, so let's just dive straight into it. So we're more than likely to close, we've been bearish this whole month on the dollar pairs, so maybe it's going to close with a bullish week. We don't know. We'll see. And let's do euro dollar. We've come into a monthly time frame. Order blocks 50% this month so far, right? After taking out these highs last month, I was expecting price to come up to this sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity, which it didn't, and it put in a strong bearish engulfing candles so far. We've got 1 week left of this month. Ideally, well, it looks like it's going to be a bearish engulfing candle. I don't expect it to reverse back and turn into a bullish candle on the last week, but it is NFP as well, so you don't know. Highly unlikely. Right, but we have come into a monthly time frame order blocks 50%. This order block right here is 50% has been tapped into at the moment, going into last week, which also happens to be below a sell side liquidity right here at this daily time frame order blocks. Fair value gaps 50%, another good location for price to find support, and also this inverse fair value gap on the weekly time frame, which price cleared out completely last week, I believe. Let's just have a look. So the high of that was at 7615, and that one is 7608. So yep, that inverse fair value gap, that imbalance was cleared out. Obviously we still got this fair value gap on the weekly time frame, right? That isn't fully cleared out, but at the moment I do think this is a good location for price to find support. However, order flow is bearish. Like we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 bearish closes in a row. Just look for bearish trades going into the week. Let Monday play out. However, I do think Monday is just going to be bearish by the looks of things. Let's just, on the daily time frame, I'll be watching this order block right here, right below that fair value gap. Right, because on Thursday, we put in this strong bullish engulfing candle after taking out that sell side liquidity at that monthly time from order blocks, consequent encroachment, 50% of that level. And then Friday, we took out the high on off Thursday, and then we put in this candle. So I don't know, maybe hopefully Monday. Honestly, don't want to trade Monday. Monday, we'll put in a bullish candle, and then on Tuesday, maybe we'll take out Monday's high. Or even if Monday we push up a bit more and then take out the highs of Friday and Monday on Tuesday, then that'll be a really good way to enter. And if that comes at ideally, I want to trade that after the news on Tuesday. I don't really want to be trading before these two news on Tuesdays. If I'm going short, I'll just wait for these to come out first. But looking on the 240 time frame though, right, we have essentially formed a unicorn pattern. We've rejected this buy side liquidity on the 240, and then we've started to displace lower, leaving a fair value gap and also leaving a breaker block right there. So honestly, Monday we could essentially see a pullback into this fair value gap. I'm not even sure if it'll tap that breaker. If it does, then good, and then maybe we'll take a trade down to here because it's Monday. I don't really want to aim for the lows on Monday, or maybe on Monday we'll start displacing lower, we'll come down to the order block, and Tuesday, Wednesday we'll start to find some momentum going up. Honestly, I'm just gonna have to wait and see how price plays out, because Monday needs to give me some kind of information on what price wants to do, and then from there I can decide what I think price can do. We also have this, right, let's not forget, if we do start displacing lower and lower on the lower time frames, we've got this sell side liquidity on the weekly time frame, daily time frame. We've got this imbalance actually first to get through. So there we got these equal lows, got this order block as well. So I'll see how Monday plays out. If we start to just go lower, then I won't expect price to come back up because we've already taken out Friday's high. And ideally, after Thursday. I don't really want to be trading Friday morning anyway. Wait till NFP comes out. If NFP comes out, I don't want to make any predictions right now. I'll do it the day before, or on the day on my pre-market analysis. But right now, I'm just gonna wait and see how market reacts on Monday. This is a good trade, I think. If we come into this breaker or this fair value gap, maybe we'll just get an order block. You know, we've had this bearish fair value gap right there. Maybe price will just come into the highs of this candle, or maybe it will form an order block around here, a bullish candle, and then yeah, we just take out the highs of that order block, and then we could potentially continue lower. But right now, no, I don't really want to make any of those predictions. We'll just have to wait until Monday and see how markets play out. Also, like I said, it's the end of the month, so right, even though we've had so much bearish momentum going into the month, it's end of the month, right? And we did come into quite a major point of interest and found support. We've seen this injection, this statement candle of bullish pin bar, you know, push price up above this high, so we grab liquidity above that high, below that fair value gap, and then now we're starting to displace lower with bearish fair value gaps along the way. So yeah, let's see how that plays out. I don't actually think, maybe we'll just come into this level and then drop for a bit. I think I will look for that trade on Monday, if depending on how markets come up to that level, especially during London session. Ideally, I don't want to trade the New York session on Monday, because if price can easily come up here on Monday, London session, find some resistance, right, come down, and then start to pull back, and then I'll enter on the pullback during New York session, and then it decides to continue higher. So yeah, London session I'll see, but other than that, I'll just wait and see until Monday closes. On pound dollar, similar to euro dollar, we've got this bearish engulfing candle after we took out this high, rejected this order blocks 50%. Right, so last month we came into this order blocks 50%, and just dropped after, especially after taking out this buy side liquidity. That's the most extreme I believe price can go to, above this buy side liquidity, which it did. Tanked, bearish engulfing candles so far. So you know, if Monday pushes price lower, is this bearish candle is going to be honestly a candle with no wick, and ideally towards the end of the month we are going to see some kind of a wick. So maybe that will come during NFP, or maybe that will come towards the end, like start of the week. I'm not sure, but I do expect some kind of a pullback. Where can it pull back from is another thing to consider, and I do believe we've come into this range. We've come into the second fair value gap on this weekly time frame, which to me is quite a strong fair value gap, right? We've filled the first one up, and then it's the second one. Ideally, I want to watch for the 50% off that fair value gap and see how market reacts around that area. But similar to euro dollar, right? We've been bearish. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 bearish candles in a row with this strong bearish and close candle on the third week of October, or last week of October. So ideally, I do expect price to continue lower. However, I watch this order block right here on the daily time frame. I think that's a good point of interest. If price is going to come down, then that's an area it can come down to. However, it has been coming down, consolidating, low pullback, low pullback. Essentially, it's forming a channel, right? It's been forming this channel for a long time leading up to NFP, and channels are likely during NFP because it just provides an area for, if price is going to continue dropping lower until the end of the week, then NFP comes out, takes out this order block, taps into that weekly time frame fair value gap, second fair value gaps, consequent encroachment, and then just pushes up. There's loads of liquidity resting above these highs. So that's a play going into the week. I do believe that is a possibility. It will continue lower until NFP, where it will find strong support, or it will continue lower and NFP pushes up, and then it will come down. So we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. But going into the day, yeah, similar to pound dollar, similar to pound dollar, we have taken out Friday's high. Not only that, we took out Thursday's high as well. So far, and held with this candle. Honestly, doesn't really give me that much with that candle, so I don't really have much prediction on pound dollar. Just have to wait and see how it plays out going into the week. I will be trading my patterns like channels if it comes down to this. Sell side liquidity, the previous week's low as well comes down at a certain time. I'll look to trade that. Ideally, right, similar to pound dollar, I want to see price push up slightly Monday, and then Tuesday take out the high, or Wednesday take out the high and then drop before NFP, and then NFP comes down, find support at this level and pushes up, and ideally we can get an entry after NFP as well. So yeah, those are my trade ideas for pound dollar and euro dollar going into the week.